Here we go. Barrybones Axel versus Armix27 Ramlethal. What would you say about this match, C4?
I would say UK is going to win, isn't it? All right. So let's do this properly. So yeah, the matchup. I know like Barry's one of the triforces of actors we have here in the UK. Definitely really strong in the way he plays Axel. He's very patient. Likes to go for mix. I don't know if we're going to see any in this matchup because Ram is obviously very oppressive, puts you in the corner, and yeah, that's just pretty much a masterclass on Armix's side. But if Barrybones can get some distance like this, it's not too bad for Axel, I feel. But he has to pick his moments, right, Tang? That's all it comes down to for most matchups for Axel. He has to pick his moments really well. But what do you do against Sword? What does anyone do against Sword? Oh, we block fuzzies.
But he blocks the fuzzy, yeah.
We block fuzzies in the UK, but we just get handed afterwards. It's fine. It's fine. Barry's got this. Just needs space. That's all he needs.
Already starting with an aggressive jump in, gets a counter hit, pushing towards the corner, going to be able to set a mix up. Yep, 2 H's. Gets a counter hit to punish the command grab with. Gonna go for a super wall break now. Gonna get hard and locked into a mix. This is going to be a mix. Are we going to see a burst come in? Nope, jumps out.
Ooh.
Burst out from Armix. That's nice.
Yeah. Pretty safe burst to do. He's got a round up. All bombers, let's go. Getting damaged. No OTG with a 2H, unfortunately. And he's fishing, but Armix is just, he's refusing to stay on the ground. This is the floor is lava gameplay right now.
And just goes for the trade. Right? Yeah. Very quick game going in for Armix. Really demonstrating like Ramlethal's greatest strength. I mean, Barrybones did block the fuzzy, but that fuzzy setup from Ramlethal, also with the utilization of swords. Like, here we go, more sword pressure coming in now.
Yeah, and one thing about Armix is really strong and throws people off is he is not afraid to throw swords mid-screen. He's definitely not. Yeah. He's not afraid to do it. A lot of Rams like to, you know, hold the sword until they've got the corner like this, and it's very strong, obviously, because you pick it back up with the corner pressure. Barry trying to get out of the corner does a pretty good job. Jumps away, can we get that in the air? Of course you can't. This is Ram. Jump H, pretty goated move.
Well, the stage itself is actually a lot smaller than what you'd normally expect, so the mid-screen swords, if they do manage to catch an opponent pressing, can do an amazing amount of corner carry, can like take them a lot closer to set up the delayed bomb explosion setup. So yeah, like I said, definitely not afraid to chuck them out. Definitely a good tool there for Ram to use in mid-screen situations on block strings. But here we go, Barry with the offense now. Oh, it's going to be able to...
I think Barry dropped the bomber. I think he dropped the bomber. This could be bad. High sword, gold burst, whiffs, doesn't get punished luckily enough. Ram with no swords, this is where you fight back. Picks up 1.
Picks up 2, gets a set up again, double jumps out, hits him on the way down with jump H. And a quick response coming in from Barrybones.
Yeah, the defensive play is definitely coming out, right? You know what? Defense is normally boiled down to like how well you block. But you can be offensively defensive, right? You can threaten with things, and I think Axel's probably got one of the best jump aways, right? When he's back to the corner, jump H, it's very hard to deal with, very hard to deal with, and Barry using that very well. And forcing the burst out from Armix pretty early here. The time traveler is in the building.
Yeah, and here's that space that you talked about before, but Ramlethal's sword getting thrown out, gets a 6p. Gets pulled away from the sword being behind Ramlethal at the moment. So a good opportunity here for Barrybones to be able to exert some pressure.
Ooh.
And we've got those charge partitions. We have those confirmed.
That was succulent. That was a succulent confirm. Do it again, Barry. But yeah, I think the hardest thing about this matchup on the player versus player is that. It's that. Armix is not afraid to use the swords as a fireball. Right, just going, no, I want you to stay here. I'll get the pressure later on. Right now, I just need you to not be throwing out buttons at full screen.
Oh, gets a full charge dust and no burst on the side of Barrybones. This is going to result in high damage and is going to have plus frames along with it. Dashes in, blocks the overhead, back out into neutral. Dashes in.
Yeah. Oh, that looked like a 6p attempt getting snuffed out there by the jump move. Armix trying to find their way in, but delayed explosion. Yo, we got those. Oh, a jump. Yeah, those command grabs are not working. Armix is woke. Third eye fully open.
6P, pushes out. Barrybones responds with a burst.
Oh, that's a punish. Oh, but didn't get to confirm. Barry on a sliver here. Armix respecting, giving space. The gold burst gets devoured. Barry's not letting that hit. Jump S. You know what? Ram's got a very good jump S as well.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
But even then, that was a very good round for Barrybones, being able to take burst off the table on the side of Armix. Armix is going to have to wait quite a bit of time. If Barrybones continues with this amount of offense, Armix might not even be able to get it back.
For sure. Oh, the fuzzy
doesn't block the fuzzy this time.
Fool me once, shame on me. Do it twice, I'll forget. Go, oh, gets the burst, get some space, and this is more important than anything right now, but straight back in there. Armix again with the fireball mid-screen. Good 6P awareness.
Gets carried towards the corner. Is going to get... Oh, doesn't manage to have the other sword to help with the wall splat. Barrybones with an opportunity now.
Jump H, the threat. The low gets blocked. The swords are on deck. The gold burst hits the sickle. And the time traveler burst back in some space. Oh, the overhead.
It's a brain trap.
It's still 50 tension.
Catches him out with the jump S.
That move, that controls the sky. That is so hard to get around. And I don't know, I feel Barry's kind of holding his ground, right? He's not backing up too much. He's going, this is my spot. I'm going to stay here for as long as I can. But as soon as like Ram does an IED button, you kind of have to give up the space. You have to think about, you know, giving up your leash and moving out of the shot, because she dominates so much of the zone where Axel wants to be comfortable in, right? Axel wants to be in range for like 6Ks and 2Ss, but with Ram, it's just way too risky sometimes.
Yeah, definitely getting more work out of this now from the full screen with Renson, but manages to force Armix to throw out a sword. YRC baits the super reversal and takes a round for it.
Come on, England, innit? Come on, England.
Yeah, but we've noted about this with Axel and Barrybones in particular as well. It's like he managed, it's sort of as you were talking about before, with being both defensive and offensive at the same time. There have been a lot of situations where we've seen Barrybones with his back against a wall, literally, and still being able to exceed a lot of pressure on the side of like, okay, how do you want to try and approach me? I've got defense, I've blocked fuzzies, as you've seen before, but can't block forever. Commentator's curse. Gets broken through the wall.
Armix got the confirmed 6P? Ooh, you better cancel that, my guy. But yeah, see, this is why Armix is up here. This is why Armix is in top 8, legit, because they're not afraid to do unconventional Ram stuff. He just went fireball. What are you going to do? And Renson, not being how it used to be, can't test the sword. The sword is more like old Renson. It nullifies projectiles. And if Renson comes out and Armix goes for swords, low swords, Ram's winning. Her name's Ramlethal, not Ram moderate damage. She's out here.
Going for the Renton, scoops up towards, pushing back out into full screen. And there you go, there, just as you said, C4, using that sword to challenge the Renton.
Yeah, I'll put my crystal ball away now. I know too much, I know too much.
But Barrybones does manage to tie it up 2-2. We like to see games go to 2-2 here.
Man, I like seeing it. But I remember when I was a player, I hated it. The stress. Ugh. But you know what? The players are at home. They're in there, you know, probably in their PJs, the bottle of Coke by their side, feeling pumped. But yeah, the stress of getting potentially knocked out right now. Barry's going to have to step up as he goes down the canyon. Armix with all the momentum, all the meter, all the pressure. What can Barry do? He cannot block high, man. That's what he can't do. And now,
yeah, he decides to hold on to the burst for this round. Yeah,
I kind of respect it. Not going for the hero burst, keeping his emotions in check. It's very hard to do that, especially like I'm talking about. This is EVO. I would have burst. My emo burst would have come out immediately after getting hit by that dust. But Barry, better player than me, holding it down for the UK. Armix for Italy, one round away for making it through in the tournament. Oh, what a 6P.
Manages to go underneath the jump S, air dash in.
Good PRs,
2S. Gets a count hit. He's going to be able to finish this. Final round coming in now.
Our chest.
Barrybones with the burst. Armix only on 50% for his burst getting back. Dashes in, gets the sword out of Ramlethal's hand. This is a nice, strong position for him, but spends the burst trying to push out into full screen.
Yeah, jumps away, no 2S this time. Armix with the pressure, can smell the corner, and the dust hits once again. Drops the combo though. Barry tried to 6P, that's unfortunate. That's not gonna work. You're gonna hold the dual wielding sword from Ram, and now you've got to play super clean because you have not got much health left on the table here. Oh,
calls out the YRC, gets a counter hit. Doesn't manage to get the explosion at the end, but puts Barrybones in a much more advantageous position. Positive bonuses off the table for Armix, but Armix does have one more burst.
Every time jumped clean. Armix, even with this comeback potential on the table, has his eyes open, and the up sword, what a genius to catch the jump, but the burst. Armix has got a bar, uses it straight away, gets clipped by the sword. FD trying to create space, but it's not working. The gold burst in your face.
PRC set up, what's the mix? He doesn't block the dust.
It's so free to the UK players. The dust again. And he didn't need a charge one either, so the quickest overhead available.